This is Heather with Women Own Wheels, and this is my top 5 review on the 2020 BMW M235i xDrive Gran Coupe. Now, this particular model retails for around $49,500. A special thanks goes out to Troy Massey of BMW of Austin for allowing me to drive this super cute car. Now, in my top 5 review, we're going to be covering styling, safety, technology, storage, and handling. So let's get rolling. Number 1 is styling, and let's take a closer look at this beautiful car. As we come around to the front here, we've got the LED headlamps. We do have the nice, large, stately grille, which I love. And as you get closer, you can see the panels in between there are closed when the vehicle is off. They do open to allow airflow when the vehicle is turned on. Now, looking at this bumper and grille, they have an aerodynamic kit is what they call, which reduces the wind resistance with the large vent and makes the bumper a lot sportier, which I do have to agree. So you've got these very large air intakes right here inside here, and then you have nice large grills on the outside. In the center there, you've got a nice sensor that's we'll talk about later in the safety aspect, and then you've got the front parking sensors around on the bumper. But I think overall the front of the car looks really good and very sporty. As we come around to the side of the car, I want to talk about the rims. We've got 18-inch double spoke rims on this vehicle. It does have the M insignia on it. We also have the performance brakes for the M series on this car as well. And you've got the nice, beautiful blue brake calipers. Now, as we look down the side of the car, nothing spectacular. It's just got nice clean lines. As we come to the back end of this car is kind of a mix between a sedan and a hatchback, but I think it's super cute. I love the little short spoiler you've got up here. I like how the brake lights wrap around the side of the vehicle, giving it some curvature. You've got the parking sensors again here on the bottom part of the bumper, and then you've got double exhaust, and you even have these nice faux airflows right here on each side, which I think makes it look pretty good. Coming around here, this particular model does have the panoramic moonroof. It is an extra charge, but it really does allow a lot of light into the vehicle, which is nice. We also have the power side folding mirrors, as well as keyless lock and unlock on all doors. All right, heading inside the vehicle, I do want to show you a few things. We have the frameless window on your doors. What's nice about it is when you do close the door, you can see that it adjusts and creates a really good seal for you. But then when you open it, it does lower. Now let's take a look inside. We've got the nice name badge there of the M235i. We have a very nice clean dash, and I like these on all BMWs, but very easy to get to, all the buttons for a driver, very accessible and very clean. We have the black perforated leather seats. We also have the leg extender, which is really nice. We've got the electric seats on both driver and passenger side. As we move to the back, you can see rear seats here, same thing, leather perforated seats. We've got on this model the panoramic moonroof. Now, something you can't see here in the daylight, but I want to showcase is the moldings light up. And it's not just the lighting usually is underneath the molding in a vehicle, but this one is actually integrated in it. So it shows the pattern as well as the light coming through. It's really pretty, and it's also right there in the door. All right, number 2 is safety, and let's go over a few things that this BMW has. It comes standard with the driver and passenger front airbags. You've got seat-mounted front and side impact airbags, and also knee airbags for the front driver and passenger. Now, a couple of things that this car has is called active driving assistant, and what that includes is frontal collision warning with city collision mitigation, which I showed you at the front of the car. You've got the little plate right there on the lower part. That's where it's going to be the sensor for. We've got the lane departure warning, which you're going to see it shows right up here in this cluster when it comes on. And then we also have active blind spot detection, where you're going to be able to see in that corner right there of your side view mirror, the little triangle. And then you have your speed limit info, which is shown right up here that you'll see when you're in speed limits. It's going to let you know what the speed limit is in that area. And that pretty much sums up our safety. Number 3 is technology, and let's start with the steering wheel. Right here we have the M Performance steering wheel. So we've got the insignia right here. We also have it's heated, and I like how the button is right here on the steering wheel. You're not searching for it somewhere else in your vehicle. Over here we've got our cruise control options as well as the limiter, because in a BMW your foot can get kind of heavy and you look up and you are going way too fast. So we've got a limiter right here to keep you in line. On the right hand side, you've got your controls for your radio, telephone, and being able to talk to your BMW. Right up here is your 8.8-inch instrument cluster, and that's going to have all your data in it. If you come over here, it's also another 8.8-inch central info display. Now what I do like is BMW gives you 3 ways to use its wonderful technology. In this vehicle, we've got the touchscreen obviously is here, so you can touch anything and be able to enlarge it or go to any kind of different menu option, and you're able to go through right there. A second option is below. It's the iDrive touchpad controller. So you've got your menu options right here on a touchpad, and then you can just scroll to a different option and click. That will take you anywhere on your information up here. Now a third one is by voice. So you can say, "Hey BMW."
Hello, what can I help you with?
To be completely hands-free, you can talk to her and tell her if you want to go to a certain, she gives you some examples, so you can take her to a home address. You can ask her what the song is playing and what it's called. If your phone is connected, you can ask her to call someone, or being able to read you any kind of messages if you're hooked up that way. It does have Apple CarPlay. It currently does not have Android Auto, but it is coming is what I hear. So 3 options to use the great technology that BMW has here. As we move down, you're gonna have, this is how you access all your safety items, and you can configure them to what you like. Also down here is all your dual AC controls. Easy to access for both driver and passenger, so I do like that. Heated seats here, options. Below here is going to be your radio controls. Down below is where you can store your phone. It is a small fee, and it can be a wireless charger, so I definitely would go for that. Right here is a charging port though if you need it, a 12 volt. Right here is where you're going to see the different information, easy to access for the driver. It does have sport, comfort, and eco mode on this vehicle. In our center console, we do have another charging port right there. And coming to the back here, below those air vents are 2 other charging ports. I did want to showcase a few more things. One, it does have an auto for your headlamps. So your LED lights, you'll have an auto high highlights, so you don't have to constantly adjust those. And you have rain sensing wipers. You can turn those on auto right over here as well, which is very nice. It does have the paddle shifters here, and we'll talk about that later in handling. But I think that pretty much sums up our wonderful technology in this BMW. Number 4 is storage. So we start with the door. You've got some storage compartments right here in your door. Right to the left of the steering wheel for the driver, you do have a small pocket right here that you're able to store some things, maybe great for some sunglasses. Coming over here, we do have where it's a place for your phone to sit. You've got 2 cup holders. You have a pretty small center console, but there is some room, not for handbags, ladies, but some small stuff you can definitely store. Coming over to our glove box, it is nice. A nice square size. It's going to hold a small handbag if you need it. Let's go ahead and move around to the back seat. You're going to get still the same 2 pockets here in the door that you get in the front. You're going to get the netting behind the driver and passenger seat. And then you're also going to have the center here between the 2 passengers in the back that is going to be an armrest as well as opening for cup holders. Let's move around to the rear. Okay, let's open up our trunk. We've got some room right here, probably for 2 pieces of large luggage is probably going to be as max as you're going to get back here, but you do get to gain some room here. When you actually fold this up, you get some deeper storage, and this can actually fold back flat like that, or it does have a hold up here that it holds it up to allow it to stay up, and you can store some deeper items. This really helped when I went grocery shopping because it also allowed the bags to kind of sit down in that hole, so that worked really nice. You've got a small little section right here as well. Also notating that you can lay down the back seats if you need something longer to sit in there. But that pretty much sums up storage. All right, last but not least is handling, and this was a joy to drive. So this 2.0 liter 4-cylinder twin turbocharged gets 301 horsepower and gets you 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. That's pretty amazing and makes it a lot of fun to drive. This car would be a great daily driver. It gets you where you want to go. You can have fun with it. BMW is known for the driving experience, and I do believe that every time I drive one, I drive it and I think, man, this is a driver's car. If you want to drive and you enjoy driving, this would be a great fit. Now they are entering the market. Like I said, you can get the 228i, which I did not drive, Gran Coupe, and it actually does start, I think, in the upper 30s. And then this one, of course, like I said, this one I test drove is $49,500, but it gets you to an entry-level daily driver that is gonna still feel really good driving. A few things to keep in mind. I love the handling. I think they do a great job in the steering wheel department, especially when you put it in sport mode. It's a little tighter, but I like that. A lot of stability, a lot of control in driving. Another thing to look at is size-wise. I really think it's a 4-door car, really meant for 2 people, I'd kind of have to say. I had the family all in it. The kids didn't mind riding in the back seat. They were a little cramped, but not very, I mean, they still had plenty of leg room and then and headroom. But myself, I'm 5'8", and I rode in the back seat and my head is pressing against the ceiling. Not very comfortable for an adult. So I'd say probably anyone 5'6" and under is gonna be fine in the back seat, but anybody taller, that's really cramped for a ride. As far as driver and passenger, my husband and I had plenty of room. We felt very spacious, so they did make the inside of the car really for the front seat, I would say. Back seat, kids, fine, probably, but I wouldn't be traveling adults in the back. Overall, loved the car. If you want to have a test drive, I really recommend it. Then give Troy Massey a shout out at BMW Austin. They would love for you to come by and check things out. Other than that, please check out Women Own Wheels on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Women Own Wheels. I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.